Today we'll be creating a picture of a crow, a bird with a mysterious, powerful, and expressive beauty. This video is entirely voice only, so just listen to the instructions and let your hands move freely on the paper. Before we begin, prepare a sheet of drawing paper, a pencil, an eraser, and if possible, fine liners or crayons to complete the picture. Sit comfortably, place the paper neatly in front of you, take a deep breath and relax because drawing isn't just about technique. It's about connecting emotions and lines. First, we'll sketch the overall shape of the crow. Imagine the crow perched peacefully on a dry branch, its body slightly bent forward, its head held high, and its eyes sharp. Use a pencil to lightly draw a slightly elongated oval horizontally to create the outline of the body. This shape doesn't need to be perfect, just enough to guide the proportions. In front of that oval, draw a smaller circle for the head, connecting it to the body with a short, slightly curved neck. At this point, you have the basic posture of the crow. Next, we draw the beak, a very important detail that gives this bird its unique character. Starting from the front of the head, draw a long, pointed beak that curves slightly downwards. A crow's beak isn't too thick but is very sturdy, so use a slightly more decisive stroke. Draw the top line of the beak first, then add the bottom line, creating the feeling that the beak is closing. When drawing, imagine the sharpness and intelligence of the crow to make the lines more expressive. Now we add the eyes. Slightly behind the beak, draw a small circle. Inside, leave a very small highlight and then fill in the rest. Crow eyes usually look deep and sharp, so you can emphasize them a little more than the other details. With just this small detail, the crow begins to show its unique personality. After completing the head, we return to the body and begin drawing the wings. Starting from the shoulders, draw a long curved line that wraps around the body, creating the shape of folded wings. Crow wings are quite large compared to the body, so let the wings occupy most of the side area. Divide the wings into layers of feathers with overlapping curves, each layer slightly different in length. When drawing the feathers, don't draw them too evenly. Let the lines be slightly broken to create a rough feel true to the characteristics of crow feathers. Next is the tail. From behind the body, draw long tail feathers that are slightly fanned out and pointed at the tip. The crow's tail isn't as wide as a peacock's, but it's long enough to create balance in the overall shape. Let the tail feathers vary slightly in length. This makes the drawing look more natural and lively. Now we add the legs and branches. From below the body, draw two slender but sturdy legs with curved toes gripping the branch tightly. The branches can be drawn slightly rough, dry, and leafless to highlight the raven. You can add a few small twigs or cracks on the branches, but keep everything simple so the raven remains the center of the picture. Once the sketch is complete, pause to observe the overall picture. Check if the head is too big or too small compared to the body and if the wings and tail are proportionate. This is when you can use an eraser to correct any imperfections. Once satisfied, begin tracing the main lines. Use clearer strokes for the outer outline of the raven, the beak eyes, and main feathers. The lines should now be confident and continuous, making the image sharp. Next, we create depth in the picture by adding shadows. Imagine light shining from above. The areas under the wings, under the belly, and behind the body will be darker. Use a pencil to lightly color these areas with parallel or crisscrossing strokes, starting light and gradually increasing the darkness. The subtle shading will help the crow appear more three-dimensional and less flat. If you want to color it, remember that crows aren't simply black. In fact, crow feathers can shimmer with shades of blue or purple in the light. You can start with a dark gray or light black, then add darker shades to the darker areas. In areas that catch light like the edges of the wings or the head, use slightly lighter colors to create a light effect. The beak and legs can be dark gray or black, but remember to differentiate them from the feathers by varying the shades. Once you've completed all the steps, put down your brush and look back at your drawing. You've just painted a crow with a serene and mysterious beauty simply by listening to and following the instructions. Whether your drawing is simple or detailed, the most important thing is that you've dedicated time to creativity and focused on each stroke. Hopefully, after watching this video, you will feel more confident in drawing birds and continue to explore the world of painting in your own way.